What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some news to talk about for the Chicago Bulls today. Obviously, some things I could not get to mention in the last video because there wasn't a lot of updates on that, as well as some awards that the Chicago Bulls players have won officially from the NBA, which is also fantastic to see. Just getting a little bit more in detail about the Chicago Bulls, as we do have a couple of days break until that Washington Wizards game, where hopefully we can come back with a fresh set of legs and ready to play. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls 8-game win streak, because again, have a long way to go until the Wizards game, so reflect on how great our 8-game win streak was. Obviously, the accomplishments these players have won, injury concerns, and what do you think about the injuries that the Bulls have currently, and all of that situation. And let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about the positive first, because I always want to bring in positive news for the Chicago Bulls, and that is officially DeMar DeRozan is the player of the week for the Chicago Bulls, and very good feat for him. Obviously, player of the week and those types of awards are great for players throughout this stretch of period. It might not mean a lot in the long term in the grand scheme of things for DeMar DeRozan, but again, as Chicago Bulls fans, when you see your players win awards and accolades, it's just a great sign that your team is doing very well, and your team thoroughly deserves these kinds of awards. So it's been great to see DeMar DeRozan win player of the week. His 2 buzzer beaters were historic for this Chicago Bulls team and for himself as well, and in the end, he thoroughly deserves an award like this. But that might not be the only thing that he wins, ladies and gentlemen, because from what I understand, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are in serious contention for winning player of the month. They both have had great months of December. They both have been unbelievably strong efficiency-wise, scoring-wise, and of course the winning streak that we have kind of backs how well the Bulls have been, with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan carrying the load for the Chicago Bulls. I know DeMar DeRozan gets a lot of praise. A lot of people put him in the MVP category, but Zach LaVine is still having an incredible season himself. He doesn't get talked about anywhere near enough compared to DeMar DeRozan, but those two together have been unbelievably strong for the Chicago Bulls, and they both have a really strong chance, in my opinion, of winning player of the month. Maybe none of them win it. Maybe it's going to be too hard to tell at this point in time. But for the month of December, DeMar DeRozan is in that category and Zach LaVine is in that category. And they're both having tremendous seasons so far. And it's time to see if they can keep that going in the month of January and so on until the All-Star break. And we can truly see both of them as All-Stars for the Chicago Bulls. Now let's get down to the injuries, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about Alex Caruso first, because that is someone that has a little bit of the unknown factor to him. Billy Donovan has worked out with, I guess, Lonzo Ball, Alfonso McKinnie, and Alex Caruso since his return during this stretch of time. And Alex Caruso seems to be getting a little bit closer to his return. He hasn't gone through contact yet, and that is the next step for Alex Caruso before he is set to return. Now, none of that suggests that he ends up having a specific date for his return, but again, we're looking at the Washington Wizards game and the game after the Washington Wizards game. Maybe there's a slight chance that he can perform and can return during that time, which is a big positive. We miss Alex Caruso, we miss Lonzo Ball, we're going to miss the 2 players that we'll talk about in the future as well. It's just one of the situations where you just want to see people playing together at the same time, so we can know our full rotation, know our best lineup, and everything of that nature. So of course, Alex Caruso is a key part to the team, and there's nothing more I would like to see him return as soon as possible. And we'll just have to wait and see when he gets into contact and how quickly after that can he return for the Chicago Bulls. But that is something that Billy Donovan said, and again, only he would know best. He is the coach. He would know more than what everybody else does. And then moving into more injuries, ladies and gentlemen, starting off with Tyler Cook. Tyler Cook, if you didn't know, left the game, I believe it was 2 games ago, with an ankle sprain and did not return for the Chicago Bulls. We've seen a lot of people make predictions. We've seen a lot of people, I guess, trying to take a guess of the situation, and it seems like a lot of people were correct. Tyler Cook has a very serious ankle sprain and will miss a couple of weeks of basketball. So a tough situation there, a big blow for the Chicago Bulls. Again, he was really starting to develop and prove himself as the backup center for the Chicago Bulls, and it's someone that I could definitely trust in that position. Someone that's built, someone that's athletic, someone that can rebound and play some defense in that position. And again, I definitely think he fits the small ball center for the Chicago Bulls. But again, he will miss a couple of weeks of action, recovering with an ankle sprain. Hopefully, it's no more than 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, and it's nothing more extensive beyond that. But again, a lot of time missed for Tyler Cook, a lot of opportunities wasted now for Tyler Cook as well, and we'll just have to wait and see if he can get very similar minutes when he returns, or will someone else take his spot for the meantime? Will it be Derrick Jones Jr. playing the backup position? Will it be Tony Bradley playing the backup center position? Will it be somebody else playing the backup center position? Even someone like Jordan Bell, who hasn't played yet, will he get an opportunity as a backup center? All these questions and no answers for the Chicago Bulls, but all I can say is get well to Tyler Cook. It's a serious injury, this one. Again, it's not protocols where he's out and may have no symptoms. It's an actual injury sustained, which is a big blow for the Chicago Bulls. And then the last player I want to talk about is Javonte Green. Now, as we said about Tyler Cook, it's a very similar situation with Javonte Green. He's expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks of action for the Chicago Bulls, which again is a very big blow. He is the starting power forward for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to have to see a lot of work done to kind of take his place and replace him, because he does a lot of the little bits of things for the Chicago Bulls. He's a good rebounder for his size, plays a lot of defense, tries to pick up the pace, maybe run out and transition. He does a lot to the starting power forward for the Chicago Bulls. And in the end, we may be looking for a power forward to be a natural power forward, but someone that has come in and been that replacement power forward, someone that's been put in that position and been told to do a lot of things that maybe someone his size simply can't do or refuse to do. He stepped in and done a big thing for the Chicago Bulls. And whether we go after a power forward or we don't, whatever the Bulls decide to do, you can't argue that Javonte Green has had a big part of this team, and it's going to suck to miss him for 2 to 4 weeks as well. Again, we do have a long time before our next game, but even next week, it's a very busy schedule for the Chicago Bulls. A schedule where we might need Javonte Green here and there. Again, a schedule where it's going to be very difficult as well. We've got very good adversaries that we're facing. So, nevertheless, no matter how good or bad the schedule is, or what you think about the schedule, a lot of games is going to be played for the Chicago Bulls. So, we will miss Javonte Green. We will miss Tyler Cook. We will miss Alex Caruso, because they're just depth. They're a big part of the depth of the team, and they allow other players like DeMar, Zach, Vucevic, Lonzo, everybody to get a little bit more rest and get more prepared and mentally ready for all the other games that they have to face. We're starting to see that our schedule is going to get crammed now because of all of our postponed games. It looks like they're not extending the league like many people would want. They're going to cram the games into situations where we have a lot of back-to-backs now. It is what it is. That's the situation that we're dealing with. So we have to be ready for that, and these players have to be ready for that, and we're going to see a lot of tired players out there. So let's just wait and see how the Chicago Bulls do in this upcoming stretch of games. Thankfully, the rest is coming now, and then we got the Wizards, and then we'll wait and see what happens after that. Hopefully, we get to see players return. We should see Tony Bradley return soon. Hopefully, other players will end up recovering well, and potentially could see them return too. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts about all of these things. Again, I do also want to say it was great to see Billy Donovan as the head coach for the Chicago Bulls again. He was talking as a fan pretty much in his recent interviews about how excited he was when DeMar DeRozan hit the buzzer beaters and all of that. Again, a joy to see when your coaches and players like Lonzo and Billy Donovan and everybody that was watching turn into fans, and not necessarily, I guess, the coach and the players. They're fans as well, which is great to see. And obviously it means that we have a very close unit ready to give everything for each other and are very excited for everybody's success. And that is the perfect team environment to be in. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.